Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is 8B Waffle. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm doing better over time. And tonight will be the XMas Cup. XMas Cup probably, I think, organized by McPherson? At least organized by the TSU community, I think. So welcome to the stream. Malastoni. Thank you for the follow. Leipatexki. Hope I pronounced that kinda right. We're looking towards some intense racing tonight, but that will all start roughly around 20:30 CET. And the main race is starting around 21 CET. Hello, Silverwolf. So in 2030 there will be a pre-qualifying, we'll be joining. Until then we still got kinda like a Slaper. Oh, good enough, okay. Probably some Finnish pronunciation, right? Oh, Stoney. You wish. I mean, I'm all the way gone from C-Sub as of right now, so look forward to that game if it gets an update. If not, well, so be it. Don't get your hopes up. I won't be announcing any updates. I wish I could. But yeah, I've got all my stuff prepared, which we'll take a look into in just a hot minute. Get you guys up to speed when it comes down to which track we're looking at and what we can maybe expect from tonight's race. Let's go, Starek. Welcome to the stream. If you want to be one, if I want to be on the stream, do I need to be lobby on? So if you have to try hard, try your hardest. Go for lobby 1. And I'm pretty sure there will be only one. I mean, there are multiple lobbies definitely hosted, but I think since they all will be parallel to each other, I'll only cast the fastest lobby, of course. Alright, okay. I am good to go. I just noted some stuff. So let's have a quick look. And what we're looking at tonight. We are looking at the... Let me just pronounce it correctly, I hope. The Autodromo de Estoril. To be precise, version 1.01, created by Cyberpunk. That punk. And this is a very huge track with lots of beautiful long straights. A lot of opportunities for slipstreaming. And this lovely track was created by Cyberpunk_42. Or just Cyberpunk. Depending on how close you are to him. Yeah, so anyways, this track is based upon a real one, which I haven't... is based on the... Let me just double check that, because I've seen it somewhere. Estoril. Precisely, I guess, yeah. Is it in the name already? I thought it was a different name that was mentioned in the workshop, so let me just double check. The Autodromo Fernanda Pire da Silva. Also, it's also what it's known as. So, there's kind of two names to go by, but for tonight we stay with Autodromo do Estoril. Thank you, Stony. But the thing is, it's based upon a real track, so... Some tracks in Turbo Sliders are not always based upon real tracks, but the most that are driven right now are based upon the real tracks. So yeah, this lovely track got created by Cyberpunk42. We're looking at 13 corners in total. 9 of them are right corners and 4 of them are left corners. Got our sectors nicely splitting up. And we got some corner names to use actually, which is always nice. Kinda didn't write down the corner names for 1, 2, and 3 because they're simply called Curva 1, 2, and 3. So kinda nice. Yeah, kinda saved myself some time there. But for the VIP corner or the Parabolica interior, just basically, I guess, just inside Parabolica kinda. And then we got the Ayrton Senna Parabolica on the outside. And then also there is the Aurelia, sorry. Which is corner 7. And corner 9, which is Gancho. And there's also the SS part, which consists of, I guess, corner 9, 10, 11, and 12, kinda. Because as far as I've seen, it wasn't written down next to any precise corner, so... And since it looks like there are like double S's there at the part, I think it's the whole combination kind of thing. Or at least 11, 12, and 13. Because it goes into the big S, which is 13. That out of the way. We won't look at strategy for tonight right now, because we still got the pre-qualifying to do. But all I can say is that it will be close tonight. And what we'll be doing actually right now, which I prepared for the first time ever on this stream, is this beautiful bad boy, a little flyover we can do, looking at this long straight towards the start finish, where we start off with the, well, I guess best opportunities for overtaking, long straights, lots of draft, looking down the first corner, If you're not alongside by then, you probably did something wrong, or maybe you're not close enough, but lots of opportunities to overtake here. Going through corner 2 right now towards corner 3. The straights really give you much opportunity to do something, because they're all not too short to take advantage of that slipstream. Starting off the sector 2 now, we're looking at the second very long straight. I don't know if you already want to call this the back end straight, but it's very long as well. And the same opportunities arise here as well as in the first corner. Only just leading up to the interior parabolica. Parabolica interior, I guess. I don't know. A little bit Italian or something. Nee, Portuguese, never mind. Going down towards turn 7. Then again, before that was the long straight. Lots of opportunities. Corner 7 called Aurelia. And going towards corner 8 and 9, which is called Gancho. In this combination, well, it's very tight to overtake. But for side-by-side action, there's a lot to go by. All the way towards turn 12, which leads into the final turn, which is the Ayrton Senna Parabolica. And back to the main straight. So depending on what you do here, yeah. This concludes the full lap, and you'll be set for maybe an overtake if you're battling. If not, you're not. Pretty obvious, right? So let me just check if they already got a lobby open. Pre-quali. There we go. Rosini got something going. So looking at the times tonight, looking at the global leaderboard for the people who've maybe prepared for tonight, and not looking at my time, of course, because I'm not there technically. We're looking at very fast 125s. Probably not possible in race, but let's see who can qualify with this type of pace. So right now we're preparing for the 30 minutes pre-qualifying, which will decide who will join the main event. Especially, let's just say the lobby 1, of course, because there can be multiple lobbies if there is enough people joining. And we'll be casting, of course, the fastest lobby, so to speak. Okay, they're already good to go. I think it will be decided. It will be decided after the 30 minutes where the lobbies will be, how the lobbies will be split. So maybe that might even take a little while. But technically, it's just fastest comes, fastest serves. We're starting off at the end of the S's. Oh, I guess not. Maybe they're just restarting a little bit. Where is it now that we're going? Okay, they're just testing for now. Looking good. Maybe I can test some of my cameras. Hello there, Elfie. Which I got myself. Well, this is the default one, which we get to play with a lot. Which I'll use a lot because it's nice to do. Then I prepared some new ones, for example this one, which we can use to follow a little bit more closely, but still cinematically a little bit. And was it the 7 one? No, it was just this one, okay. I prepared this one for us to use, maybe for overtakes. And if anything, we got all the typical, well, in-game cameras to use. And if anything, we're looking at this lap ranking right here. Since they're just testing, don't be alarmed if this lobby ends right away again. But we'll be looking at who is the fastest. And I'd probably guess at least maybe the top 10 of this lobby might be good for lobby 1, since I don't know what or how many people there are. There will be an opportunity for everyone. Thank you, Elfie. Just prepared a little bit of Christmas, I guess. But since it's since I'm still sick, couldn't do too much. But I think we're pretty good. Okay, so this was like a connection test, I guess, if it was playable for everyone. And if anything, they can head to a second server or something. Okay, so just once more before they start the proper race, we'll just go over the track very quickly. We're looking at tonight's track, which is the Autodromo de Estoril, version 1.01, created by Cyberpunk 42. Track with very long straights, good corners, lots of opportunities for overtakes. So we'll see a lot of attacking and defending. That said, we're also looking at a total of 13 corners. 9 of them are right corners, 4 of them are left-handers. And either way, it will be probably a very tight night. Very tight. And as long as we got time, we just go quickly over the flyover as well, looking at the track very quickly. As much as we might look at some good old beautiful tire life for tonight, which is 6 laps on softs, 9 on mediums, 13 on hards. This time I got it all set up right. And we're looking at a very long first straight, down to turn 1, where you probably already have overtaken your opponent, if anything. Towards turn 2, there's also a little bit of a straight, where you can use lots of slipstream 2. And then again, we also got like lots of these kind of double apexing corners, because they're not perfectly oval corners, or like they're very yeah, they get those double corner vibes, even though they just count as one corner. They're kind of straight in the middle of the corner. Then we're heading to the second long straight, as you can see just now, towards the first interior parabolica. And they're starting the hot lap quali, but we'll go through this very quickly, since there will be, well, warm-up lapping, I guess. 1 lap before they really go hot. And then we go into turn 7, which is Aurelia. Aurelia? I guess I will just call it Aurelia. Towards turn 8, turn 9, which is Gancho. Very slow sector here on this part. So the end of the second sector is very slow, but then again, lots of opportunities for overtakes here. And sector 3, through the S's towards the Ayrton Senna Parabolica, which is the last corner here, and then we go back to the main straight. Getting this last part, turn 12 and 13 right, is very important. And having a quick look at this pit to the right here, we can talk a little bit about the pit stops as well. Where we got ourselves a total of roughly 32 seconds of pit stop time if you go from an empty tank to a full tank, which we'll hardly probably see, or if anything, we'll see if someone goes for hard tires. But the average pit stop time, which only includes like the average amount of fuel needed to complete a medium set stint, so to say, it will only take you 28 seconds for a pit stop in total, including, of course, the 3 seconds of a tire change too. So we'll have a look out for that. I've been provided with some strats for the event, which we can take a look once once we know how much the tire life is, which is, for example, here, the soft roughly lasts around 6 laps, the mediums 9 laps, and the hards a total of 13 laps. For the race later on, we're looking for a total amount of... Let me just double check that so I don't have this wrong. Yeah, 26 laps. Looking a total of 26 laps, so technically doing you could do a 13-13, 2 times hards, but as far as I know, it hasn't been proven to be that viable to do. But all in all, we're looking at lots of medium tire usage, maybe up to softs. The strats really provided were like hard, medium, medium, or you can even do medium, 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 so 3 times DM. Or you can 2 times hard, 1 time medium, or like hard, medium, soft. So there's pretty much something for everyone. Can even do medium, medium, softs. Medium, medium, soft, softs, I mean. Sorry. So 2 times mediums and 2 times softs. Or you could probably also just mix it up and do like, I don't know if you could you do medium, medium, softs? Could be tight. Especially since the tire really, it gives away after it's down to like, let's just say 35% of tire life, then you're really gonna start sliding around and losing a lot of grip. Yeah, check the poster in the tournaments channel on the TSU Discord if you want to know more about the strats, especially since they're all written on the flyer basically for the tournament. And I've also participated in some practice sessions to get some info from the drives directly, so should be good on those parts. We were just waiting. We're just waiting for the people to start, actually, I think. In the meantime, let me just leave you with this so far. The track presentation once more, where we're looking at tonight's track, the Autodromo do Estoril version 1.01, created by Cyberpunk 42. We're looking at lots of long straights. And we'll be actually, oh yeah, didn't talk about the car so far, right? So we'll be driving the V8 Vantage AMR Mercedes, I think. The AMRs are Mercedes, right? So if anything, and on this track, they're pretty much fast enough to make use of lots of slipstream, especially when looking there towards turn 1, towards turn 6, and even towards turn 7, I would say. We are looking at a lot of fighting tonight. We have a couple corner names to go by. We got the VIP corner, the Parabolica Interior, the Aurelia, the Gancho S's, and the Ayrton Senna Parabolica as our last corner. And the Ayrton Senna Parabolica will probably be the, well, most fought over corner, if anything, because you can go around the outside that corner if you wanted to. But since there's like a long straight following up, probably not recommended. Especially since like the slipstream all the way towards the first corner will allow everyone who is behind you at that moment pretty much pass. And if anything, well, you'll be at least alongside towards the end of that straight and maybe overtake in the first corner. Since it's a right-hander, kind of followed up like a slight bend to the left, so it's very easy to accomplish an overtake there. And then also followed by the second corner, which will probably also help for overtaking as well. And then we got corner 3 and 4, which are both kind of those, I would say, like 2 corners in one. Because they go a little bit straight in the middle. You kind of have to double apex, or we'll see how people will take those corners. Kind of take them a little bit awkwardly. Was, at least for me, especially a tough thing to get used to. Take them in that special way. And I guess now is finally our cue as we roll out onto the track. I'll be removing this for now. Waiting for the players to join. Never mind. Okay, now they're starting. Let's go. Hello, Whisper. No, I'm just streaming. I'm just broadcasting the race for tonight. Everything I can get my hands on here. We'll be looking at... Let's just look at Couch Ferret for now. And for everyone who just joined, welcome to the XMas Cup for Turbo Sliders Unlimited. Good luck, Whisper. Hope you qualify for the first lobby. Do your best, or your worst, depending on what you want. We don't have any engine sound for now because it's qualifying and everyone is technically like ghosted, so no collisions. And we'll be looking at the lamp ranking as such. We'll be doing this for, yeah, I guess 18 minutes. Yeah, that checks out. So we got a lot of opportunities to follow some people through some hot laps, maybe. Can I especially now say I see lots and lots of good names here on track. Especially looking out for Frozani and Angry Sim Racer. Been known to be at the top of tables most of the time. Especially with Frozani being now 2 times Formula 3 championship winner in the TSU community. And Angry Sim Racer being especially fast. We got lots of experience on track. Some people we know all the better. Probably Couch Ferret, also known by the F3 Championship. We got some Paladin in here. Got our Andre Peterson, better known on the name of Dremit. Some Muscle P, Super Riley is even here, Starrek is here. Lots and lots of nice faces to see. Just went through the people I know on a little bit on a more personal basis. I've come to know during my time in all these communities. So let's just follow. Let's just give it to Couch Ferret to take away the first lap. Let's see what we're seeing. We already seen a 125s by Frozani. Already showing what he can do. Didn't improve on his second lap though, so his first one was already damn quick. But Angry Sim Racer only being 3/10 behind. We're going into the VIP corner. Go quickly through, like I said. Now into the second sector, by the way, already. We're on this long straight. As you can see, like, there's lots of time being on this one. So as soon as you get the opportunity for slipstreaming and overtaking, you can do it there or after the Parabolica interior or after even this one or after Aurelia. Because there's a little bit of opportunity to just dive down the inside here into turn 9 and then towards turn 10. With maybe some overspeed if you got it ready or available. Now going into the last sector, which is pretty short actually, I think. At least in my opinion, which goes through the S and the 8 and center, Parabolica, and up to the onto the straight. Looking at a couple of improvements here. Some movement in the tables right now. And Angry Sim Racer only being 5 thousandths of a second behind Froseni there. They are so close to each other. I mean, we had the Lausitz endurance race also, and it was like in 1 hour. It was in 1 hour race, and after the whole hour, Froseni and Angry Sim Racer had like a photo finish at the end, so that was also very impressive to see. Both of them very good drivers. But also some of them very aggressive. So there will be lots to see tonight. And since we just got the chance, once they go over the start-finish line very quickly, I will then go through the lap rankings very quickly. As we're still looking at an inside of possibility of a first lobby all the way down to P10 at least, I would say, since they're so tightly knit together, all of them. See who is last. Grongos is still coming. Super Riley. Let's just follow Super Riley for a little bit. And currently we're looking at a pole position by Angry Sim Racer so far. Damn, he even improved a bit more, a whole 10th after that lap. He was so close to Froseni already. And then we also got Penshu, who's now in the mix. Also did a strong lap. Going towards 125.938. Followed by Froseni, who's just 1,000th of a second behind Penshu currently. Then we got Couch Ferret, who's in the 126 range. Where we also got Jomeli, Lepatexi, or Lepa, as I now have come to terms with how I should call him. And also Whiplash, as well as Henry Peterson and Georgie Peachy. And then into the 127s, we got Grongus, Muscle P, Starrek, Silverwolf, and Paladin. Riley will be better if once he receives his wheel tomorrow. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if a wheel can fix skill, but we'll see. I hope so. I mean, if it can, would be nice. But depends on how much you've really practiced. But also a 130 already isn't too bad. Isn't too bad. Now, since we're already kind of through the list and they've done another lap, the table has kind of moved a little bit. Just a little bit. Because we're now looking at Froseni at the top again with a 127.7. And Jomeli is also now on the inside the top 5. Him being on 4, that is. And Penshu dropped down a little bit to P3 because, well, Frosini took the top. It's kind of tough to really keep track of those tables because it doesn't like show you like how people are moving around. So just have to keep an eye out if something moves. You can follow them. So now let's just take a look at Angry Sim Racer, who's definitely chasing Frosini right now. Going into turn 2. Towards turn 3, finishing that first sector. Took a little bit of grass here at the end of turn 2. So you might want to do another one. Now inside the Parabolica interior. Towards Aurelia. Now we're heading into the Gancho corner. And then into the 10th turn. And then towards the S's. Now the also renowned Aiden Parabolica. And that actually concludes the lap. Oh, Frosini improving. Getting all the way down to the 0.6 range now. 0.636. That's almost as close to his global best, I think. His global best is in the 0.5 range, so there's still a little bit of room for improvement, but really pushing those numbers right now is very, very strong. But then again, this is just a pre-qualifying, so this doesn't decide the grid of the race. It just decides if you drive in the first lobby or in the second lobby, I suppose. If we get 2 lobbies full. Or if we get 2 lobbies, that is. So if anything, these results only matter for that, and then we still have a proper 3-lap qualifying to do. I don't know if some people will maybe rest a little bit, maybe get their head back, get into that racing mindset for the last couple minutes here, the last 8 minutes. Because there will be a long race ahead of us. So after this, we're looking, like I said, we're looking into a 3-lap qualifying. Then we go into a 26-lap race, which can take some time. They can, especially since like 1 lap here is 125. Well, that's kind of fast, kind of nice. In race, probably we'll see more something towards 130s, I guess. I would think, especially with like fuel in the mix and tire wear, maybe yeah. I would say like roughly 128s, 130s, maybe. Would be realistic, in my opinion. And of course, depending on how you want to handle your tires, that's also a point. Currently, we're looking at lap ranking. These are the laps ranked by, well, of course ranked by the fastest to the slowest lap, since that matters here only, everything else doesn't. And pluses you see, like the plus 0.166, those gaps are always towards the leader, so even the 1.222 by Andre Pedersen in the middle there on P8, that's also just a gap to the leader. We can kinda have an overview how close these people are together, especially looking down there at P8 and P9, since they're only a couple, only 100 apart and a couple thousands. And on the right hand side of that, you can actually see if the people have improved, if the last lap they did was the fastest they did, if it's like fully shown. But if it's the dimmed color, as we see on most of the people right now, it means they haven't improved. But still, as we can see on some of them, they're still pulling very fast laps. So, especially looking up there towards Angry Simracer or Penshu or even, and even of course Frozani. Pulling those 125s, 127s up there. They're barely apart from each other. Those 110s gap between Angry and Frozani there, this is a very narrow margin there, especially when looking at Slipstream during the race. Because you only need to be roughly in the range of like a half a second on the car head to be within Slipstream range, I would say so. And we just now going through all the laps we can kinda enjoy people doing here. Keep a little bit of an overview, because I still want to have my voice towards the race. And I've been talking quite a lot right now, so... but I keep it going. I can kind of feel my voice. It's a very beautiful track, by the way. Just gotta say that at this point. Especially when looking at the scenery here, like if you drive, especially like here in Camp 5, we'll just follow Silverwolf for one lap. And if you just pay attention to the background and anything going on this map, it's very well made. But so are all the different maps here in Turbo Sliders. Like, there's a lot of passion going into these tracks. Especially when they're based on original venues. But even then, as far as I know, I think you come across some limitations inside the game, so you can't like overuse objects and everything. So that said, with the limitations you have inside the track editor, not make like a huge mess of a track. People have done very good jobs on making these tracks look very, very nice. Wolf has been really pushing it. Can this be? Is this an improvement actually? It looks like it is. He even pulling a 126.9 as of right now. Congrats to Silverwolf pulling out that lap. Pushing him all the way up to the top 10. Right behind Andre Pedersen. right now we're looking at also at Paladin now. Getting a little bit of calm and peace time here. What's the last minute? Probably the last lap, so maybe we should take a look at the front at what's happening here. As there's still one more lap to come for Angry Sim Racer, who is looking... I don't know if he's looking right now to take the front row here, but it's not about the front row, so... But still he improved, even though it's a little bit. So if we're looking for lines, we're looking at the two at the top, especially those two. And as you can see, Penshu dropped down to 4th because Romelli did a faster lap than him. But we're still looking at 125, so we're still very, very fast on this track. Even Couch Ferret and Lepa looking down the... almost looking down the 125 barrel there. Only a couple tens, or even on Lepa's case, it's just a couple of hundreds. And hello, Valkava, by the way. Welcome to the XMas Cup. Merry Christmas. Cup. In Turbo Sliders Unlimited. Thank you. Yeah, that's one nice thing about doing my own pixel art. I can just add stuff how I want to. And we're done with the pre-qualifying. As I said before, we can't really know how we're looking in terms of who will be joining which lobby. There might be 2 lobbies. I'm pretty sure actually there are 2 lobbies because there's a lot of participants tonight. And we got already 17 in this one, so only 3 slots open for this one. And we'll be looking at the fastest laps from each session. I guess I won't, but we'll see who will land up, will be part of the first lobby, so to say. I know there's 2 pre-qualifying lobbies. How many are in the second lobby, Whisper? Eight. Okay, so there's definitely 2 lobbies. Nice. We got 28. I guess it would be 14 per lobby. I would also expect it, like, more people to park it, actually, Whisper. Now that you mention it. But they're all really, like, most of them, like, there's a couple who stood still at the end here, but all in all, everyone went through. Kinda. $125.9 for you. That is, of course, lobby 1, yeah. That's a very nice time. I think everyone in the 125 spectrum is safe. More than safe in lobby 1. And even though the low 126, those low ones like at 0.2 or even 0.0, as we see in Lepa's case, definitely safe for lobby 1. I don't know, Silver. I guess. I mean, if it's 8 in the second lobby, but still got to fill up all the way to 14, so, and you're already 11th down here, so, I don't know. Maybe barely lobby 2. We'll see, we'll see. I'll be right back. I gotta get myself something to drink very quickly. And we are back. Whew. Going into the qualifying of the race already. That was faster than I expected it to be. We got 15 people in the first lobby. So this is a collision on qualifying? Or sprint race qualification? I thought this was like a typical hot lapping qualification, but we're looking at a proper sprint race. Never mind then. Didn't know it was a sprint quali, I guess. Because it didn't say anything, I think. When it comes down to that. Or maybe I missed it. But who cares? Okay. Yeah, this will be a warm-up for some people. Super Riley took a little bit of damage. That definitely won't help him. Okay, the Couch Ferret currently leading the pack. Now we get to see all the slipstream action towards Romelli. Gets into the first corner nice and early. And that is what I talked about beforehand. This long straight really helps out. But Couch Ferret actually fighting back. taking back the position. And meanwhile in the background, Romilio and Froseni are fighting. Oh, Froseni on the outside there. Push a little bit right. Meanwhile, Leipa all the way up to P3. Now checking for some slipstream. Romilio again going past Couch Ferret here. Leipa looking for the move. Froseni being very laid back and relaxed here. Just watching them if anything happens. We're going towards turn 8, towards turn 9 now, Gansho. Very slow part of the track here. But people are always looking. And very easy to slide, as we could see on Leipa's car just now. Because of those inside curbs. And you take them very tightly, so you might slide a little bit if you're not careful. Which can cost you a little bit of tire life, so don't do it too much. Froseni now with the big slipstream overtake. Can't really catch up to Couch Ferret and Dromeli up front. But Leipa losing the position here as for now. But since Dromeli and Couch Ferret are going to be elbows out right now. Since it's the final lap already. Was looking at an overtake from Angry Sim Racer towards Angry Chaperson, but Angry misses the corner completely and takes Oompa out. Now they're coming back very unsafely. Oompa pushing into the back of Angry, and Angry being very angry, I guess. I don't know what happened there. But everyone else except for Angry is the winner there. Something must have happened, but we'll take a look back up front with Froseni, Dromeli and Couch Ferret are fighting. Because this is now for pole position. A max cosplay. Yeah, maybe, who knows. And I thought Halloween was over. Was over already. Now towards the last two corners of the race. Turn 12 and now the 8 standard Parabolica. Who's gonna take it? Couch Ferret with a very good run. Is he fast enough? He will be fast enough. It's very tight, but he will be fast enough to taking pole position. Froseni on third. Couldn't do it. But Dromeli only the unlucky loser there at the end, being at the front, and Couch Ferret getting a very good run there. Meanwhile, we're still looking at 2 more people to finish. Penshu kinda gone all the way down there at P14, something I didn't expect. And now someone finishing backwards. That's Penshu actually. Oh, okay. He can do it faster, even in reverse. Let's go. Now we're looking at just a fun race. So this was already qualifying, right? Ah, warm up. Okay, never mind. Okay. A little bit slow. Sorry. I thought it was already kind of qualifying because we passed the starting time of the main event. But I guess they still need to sort out the people who are joining. We still need to join the lobbies. But since they still need to sort things out, we'll just take a quick look again at the track or the race we'll be looking at. Which is the Autodromo de Estoril. Version 1.01 created by Cyberpunk 42. With this nice track in our view, we can expect a lot of action on tracks, as we also could just see in this 3-lap warm-up race, I guess. how much slipstream there is to be gained and taken advantage of. All the way towards the first corner, for example, we have the main straight, which is very, 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 very long. So we'll be expecting a lot of slipstream trains incoming, especially after that very long and fast 8 center parabolica, which rounds out the last turn of the race of each lap. But then we're also looking at start of sector 2, where we'll also have a very long straight with a little bit of a bend in the middle, but it's nothing to like lift or brake for, so it's also kind of very long part of the circuit where you can do overtakes with slipstream all the way down towards the interior parabolica, which is then also followed by quite a good enough straight, where you once again also can use slipstream. There's a lot of slipstream to be used here on this track. Don't even need the corners for overtaking. Just have a good exit and you're good. And since we're already here, let's have a quick overlook once again over the track. There's a little bit of flyover. This will be the track where we'll be taking 26 of race laps on tonight. We're looking at an average pit stop time of roughly 28 seconds, including the 3-second tire change, of course. And we're looking at some strats all the way down to, well, hard, medium, softs. Some triple M strats. 1 HMM strat maybe a 4 times M strat, so 4 medium tires in total. And actually, that said, let's have a quick look at the tire life, of course. We're looking at 6 laps on the softs, 9 laps on the mediums, and roughly 13 laps on the hards. Of course, this all depends on how people approach this track and take care of their tires or not. And thank you so much, Elfie and Frosini, for complimenting my casting. Thank you, thank you. I'll do my best. And that said, actually, yeah. Going further down the list of strats, well, there's some hard strats to do with 2 times hards and 1 times medium tires. Or maybe even 2 times mediums and 2 times softs. Of course, everything, well, taking everything into account, we're also looking at like who wants to take softs to be very fast. But also, well, being fast for a couple of laps. Since the tire life for the softs is kind of very short, since there's only 5 laps on the softs. So really have to use them wisely, I guess. But still, you're gonna be very, very fast, especially with all these long, prolonged corners and kind of like double apex corners, especially looking at turn 3, turn 4, and even turn 6 as well. And then again, we got ourselves the car, which I actually don't have a picture of right now. I should maybe prepare that for those upcoming races at some point. Just also have a picture of the car we're using. Since we're using the V8 Vantage AMR Mercedes. We just call it the V8 Vantage AMR. AMR. So yeah, very nice. It's a very nice time for racing. That said, we're still looking at, well, what is happening. How was the comment? Was it user? No. Help. Slash who it was. Okay, got it. Just double checking so I'm still in the right lobby. That's actually a very good question. Do we have some information? Because there should be some... Okay, McVision doing the communication inside the Discord as far as I can tell. Just take a look at what we're looking at. Can I capture Discord here? That's the question now. Quickly. No, I don't see it here. Maybe here. There we go. There it is. So let's just have a look here. We're looking at the list of the qualifying right now. So we got Frozeni at the top. Angry Sim Racer in second, then followed by Jamili, Penshu, Whisper, McVision, Laper, J-Benz, Jitterbite, Cyberpunk, Couch Ferret, Andrew Peterson, Whiplash, Georgie Peachy, Stealth, T-Panda, Grongos, Silverwolf, Marcel P, Para 230, Starrag, Paladin, Oompa, Super Riley, and Barry. So taking the amount of people into account, I guess we're looking roughly at a lobby of 13. So we would go all the way down to Whiplash, I guess. Yeah, very close times. I mean, these are the gaps, not the gaps towards the leader, but the gaps in between every single one of them. So we got, like, there's so many gaps that are just a couple of hundreds, not even a tenth anymore. And even then, a tenth is not much, so super impressive close times. Top 13 Div 1, yeah, that's what I'm reading in the background, so... So our field will be consisting of Frozeni, Angry Sim Racer, Jomelli, Penshu, Whisper, McVision, Lipa, J-Benz, Jitterbite, Cyberpunk, Couch, Ferret, Andre Peterson, and Whiplash. The second lobby, which we won't be casting, will be consists of Georgie Peachy, Stealth, T-Panda, Grongos, Silverwolf, Marcel P, Para 230, Starrag, Paladin, Oompa, Super Riley, and Barry. It also sounds like a very nice lobby to watch, so doesn't matter where people end up, it's going to be a nice lobby. So right now we're waiting for them to still sort out the lobby. As I can see, at least in the in-game chat, we're still still looking. I'll just keep a little bit of watch here. Still only see Frozeni, so I'll just stay there for now. Don't have Cyberpunk in this lobby. And not McVision as well. Cyber will host Division 1. Oh, I see. We're looking for Cyberpunk. That said, we'll just go back into the game before I forget that. Just waiting for Cyberpunk to open the lobby. There it is. Perfect, perfect. So we are good to go and we'll take this time. We'll once more go over the beautiful track. The Autodromo de Estoril, version 1.01, created by Cyberpunk, which is based on a real track, which is also named the same, but also has like a second name. Which I look it up? Yes, I still have it open. Which is also known under the name of Autodromo Fernanda Pireda Silva. We got kind of two names for this track. And we're looking at a very, very long main straight with lots of opportunities for overtakes, especially when it comes down to slippy stream. Going through the first sector, we got a couple of right-hand turns. Then we're looking at the start of sector 2, we're looking at a left turn towards a very long, kind of bended straight, I would say, because at turn 5 is nothing to be worrying about, as you can just take it full throttle. And if anything, if you have slippy stream, you're probably set up for an overtake all the way towards the end into the Parabolica Interior, the turn 6. And turn 3, 4, and 6, so to speak, are kind of those, I would just call it like 2 turns in one, because all of them kind of go a little bit straight during the middle of the corner. So it's kind of weird to take them, but this actually makes it possible for lots of room for people to maybe dive down, maybe overtake, who knows. And those straights are also not to be underestimated, especially also the one between turn 6 and 7, which is kind of medium length, but if you get a good exit all the way out of turn 6, you're pretty much set up for a good overtake for the car in front. And when we go towards turn 7, we got Aureliac, which is well, it's kind of an open corner, but it's also not it's not one of the slowest. It's a decent corner. Carry a decent amount of speed through there. I've seen a lot of side-by-side action through that one, which is very helpful, especially when you're the car on the inside. You get turn 8, which can help you out a lot to get the move done if you need to. But if you haven't done it there, well, you might be unlucky because Gancho is a left. And that said, it can be a back and forth on that one. So lots of close fighting. And then we head all the way down to turn 10, which, well, the 9 and 10 sector, or the 9 and 10 corners, they're getting very slow towards 11. And then the start of sector 3, which starts off with the S's, consists, I think, if I see it correctly, it consists of turn 11 and 12 and 13. Because kind of 9 and 10 is also an S, and then we got the second S, which is, well, I would kind of say 11 counts towards that as well. And the big 13 could also be part of the S if you want to, but I don't think so. And that said, well, turn 13, the 8 center parabolica. Very big, very fast. Leads you all the way down to the main straight. So you carry almost... You carry all the speed all the way through. From the beginning of the 8 center corner, the parabolica, all the way down to turn 1 again. Which concludes the lap on this track. So we're very close to starting right now. Just give you one quick flyover of the track once more while looking at the tire life for the race. We're looking at 6 laps on the softs, 9 laps on the mediums, 13 laps on the hards. The strategies provided by the event, which I have seen people testing out, could be lots of mediums, maybe a couple hards, if anything, and even a couple softs. So the strats being there here, I see 1 time hards, 2 times mediums. We're looking at a total, by the way, of 26 laps. You can do roughly 13 laps on hards, so you could maybe do even 2 times hards and you're good. But I don't know if that's very fast or not. I haven't tested the strategies there, but all I can say is, well, it could work, maybe. Who knows? Maybe someone's gonna do it. But I would bet on it. But then again, we're still looking at 3 times medium strats, like doing 9 lap stint, 9 lap stint, and an 8 lap stint there. We even have a 4 times medium stint, which is the 7 lap, 6, and 6. Like doing a little bit, a couple less laps on the mediums is also nice, because 9 lap is roughly the limit, so you really have to handle those tires. And doing 4 times mediums, you're pretty safe. Pretty safe out of the range where the medium starts to slip. To turn into a slip and slide. And then again, we also have a hard, medium, and soft strat, which could be very prominent, I think. Could be. Not maybe using the hards at the start, but I could see it. Maybe using even the mediums on the start, or maybe even the softs if you're very, very much, well, you're going for the big offensive. And looking at the pit stop times, we're roughly looking at an average pit stop time of 28 seconds. That includes the the tire change. And now we're going into the lobby, which is nice to see. Which will be the 3 lap qualifying. And we don't have any engine sound here, so they're just going to go around. And we're gonna look at McVison, who organized this event quite a bit. We're looking at a very quiet lap. We'll be following the lap ranking. Since they're starting off behind the 8 center parabolica, like at the start of sector 3, which is kind of nice. They already can go for hot laps immediately. So they can really push it. You can already tell I see an Angry Sim Racer there. There's Whisper, there's Frosini at the front. All the fast people are already in the front here during this qualifying lap. It'll be interesting to see how they conclude their laps. And even then, They're all very close, even seeing the different approaches towards turn 4. Like, very different, but all very, very fast still. Now going into turn 6. And towards turn 7, Aurelia. Very nice. McVision not perfectly on the apex there. Going a little bit wide. Someone, Andre Peterson overshoots. Oh, McVision also overshoots here. But it's still the warm-up lap. But we'll see what the times will say after this one. Where current standing will be. Like I said, there is 8 in center parabolica leading all the way to the straight. So all the speed you carry after turn 12 is the most important speed. And Frozani pulling out a 125.6. Which is already very close to his global best. I think it was something around the 0.52 or something. If I remember correctly. I haven't written it down, but impresses nonetheless. And after this first lap, we actually got Whisper Gold on second, followed by Angry Sim Racer. Had a little bit of a hiccup, I think, in his lap. So maybe some improvements to be done there. Penshu in 5th. Oh, Couch Ferret, don't forget him. Couch Ferret in 4th. Penshu in 5th. Then J-Benz in 6th. McVision got himself into P7, followed by Cyberpunk, Jomeli Whiplash, Jitterbite, Andre Peterson, and then Laper to round up the field. All of them with room for improvement. Since they've done faster times in the pre-qualifying, maybe they can do a little bit better here. So it will get tighter each lap, since we got still one whole more lap to go. Especially here taking a look at Angry Sim Racer and Whisper. Since they each are hunting each other down. Angry Sim Racer improving to 2nd here. Whisper now looking to push his last lap. Oh, even Couch Ferret now in the top 3. Great lap by him. Cyberpunk is in 5th. Whisper's off. That's already it for him. Angry still pushing on. And by the way, all the gaps shown on the left inside the table there are the gap to the leader. So we're looking at very tight timings, especially down there when looking at J-Benz and McVision. Only 2,000s apart. But all of them are within 1.8 seconds. Which is very close in total. Super close. As it is expected of Lobby 1, I guess. Consisting of the fastest drivers. Looks like Angry didn't make it. But I'm only looking at the top left. I don't know if that's correct or not. And even Frozini improving a little bit there at the end. Very nice improvement. Not that he really needed it, but he still did it. And currently we're looking at the pole position for Frozini. Congrats for Frozini. First row consisting of Frozini, Angry Sim Racer. Then the second row will be Couch Ferret and Whisper. Followed by Jomeli and Laper. Then Cyberpunk and McVision. After that comes Penshu and Whiplash. And those are followed by teammates. J-Benz and Jitterbite. Well, McVision and Penshu, of course, they're also teammates. But they're starting in different rows. But J-Benz and Jitterbite starting in the same row. Kinda interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. Gonna get tight. We're looking towards 26 laps of intense fighting, ladies and gentlemen. Who's gonna send it? Who's gonna survive it? We will see soon. Got myself a little snack. Some pretzel sticks. And yeah, since we're already good to go, we'll take a little bit of just waiting for them to start, I guess. So I'll just keep this open. It's nice to have just the results open so everyone can look at the grid. And if anything, we'll just do one more flyover of the track while we wait for them to set everything up. Looking at the start-finish straight, starting off from the grid. Looking at lots of overtaking here, especially towards turn 1. There's lots of slipstream to use, lots of speed to be had. And that said, actually, they're starting, so let's go back. We don't want to miss a second here, especially not turn 1. And here we go into the Autodromo do Estoril. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Will they come? Towards turn 1, that is. Looking at the start. Roseni already in the lead. Angry Sim Racer, Couch Ferret looking down the inside. Whisper with a slight touch. Lepa getting pushed a little bit wide here, but that's to be expected. Since it's a very tight turn 1 and going there 2 or 3 wide is very difficult to do. Looking at the fight, Germany, Cyberpunk tries to go down the inside. Like I said, going down here in the turn 4, turn 3, it's very much possible to do. Looking back into the front, we got Whisper getting by Couch Ferret. Question mark. Will he strike back? No, he won't. Pull back. It's a long race to go. Roseni pulling away already with with half a second. Really pushing it in the beginning. He's using medium tires against Angry Sim Racer's hards. Whisper got Coach Ferret falling close. We got a touch between Penchu and Jomeli, that was. Maybe a bit too tight. Too ambitious. So we're looking down Aiden Senna. Parabolica now. Finishing the first lap already, which was very quick. Couldn't even handle the start here. And now we're getting the big slipstream train. Which Whisper will take a little bit of advantage of. But not towards turn 1 here. I can see there's been places moved. McVison against Jomeli. Even Andre having a look down the inside, while J-Benz is now defending and pushing back. Taking back the position. And really looking for it, but giving the opportunity for Lepa to go around the outside. Oh, and sliding a little bit here towards turn 3. But Lepa now going past the inside. Whiplash also wants to have something. Wants to have something done there. So tight fighting even in the back here. Frozeni. He's already gone. Frozeni. Whoa. Whisper now past Angry Sim Racer. When did that happen? Didn't see that happening in turn 1. But I'm trying to follow everyone as close as possible. McVison looking for a move. Well, in the front there's also Penchu pushing. Cyberpunk sliding a little bit wide. Maybe giving Penchu a little bit of an opportunity here. Penchu not looking for it because there's the long straight coming up. Now we can take a look at this slipstream. He's already getting some through the corner here. Pulling ahead already on the outside. And now he is slowly but steadily going past from Cyberpunk. Could maybe push back, but he doesn't. Oh, he does? No, he doesn't. See a lot of sliding up front, which is Angry Sim Racer. Using his hard tires. As much as possible. So we're now looking at the fight for P6. Which is led by Jomelli. Followed by Cyberpunk and McVision. And Jomelli actually looking towards Penshu. If there's a possibility for him to slipstream. Meanwhile, Cyberpunk maybe with an opportunity to overtake. No, he's bump drafting. There we see it. What I kinda expected to see from some people. To bump draft. Meanwhile, McVision goes past on the inside. Very good move there. Very clean, very nice. Field has kinda settled a little bit, it feels like. Especially the top three are pretty much gapped here. Angry maybe under pressure. Especially by Couch Ferret. Even though he's also on the hard tires. Maybe is more comfortable on them. That said, he's currently then still, well, losing a little bit on the gap here. But McVision now pushing down the inside of Jomelli. Looking for the overtake. And going past successfully. Nice move. But Jomelli tucking back in. And just taking back the place. And that just goes to show how long this straight is actually. Like, even if you get past with your slipstream. There is still the other person who's stand behind you and can also slipstream. And maybe come back. Was a perfect example of that. Oh, Cyberpunk a little bit slip and slide. Whiplash versus Jitterbite here in the end. Fight for P12. Now we're going back to the front. Rosini looking at the comfortable 2.5 second lead. 0.6 as I say at 0.7. Keeps climbing. Really pushing it on those mats. Trying to create a gap against his, I would say, proper rival Angry Sim Racer, so to say. Oh, Penshu pushing. Pushing Couch Ferret wide there. Unlucky for Couch Ferret. Penshu very ambitious with his move. Sad touch. Under investigation by the FIA. No, just kidding, I don't know. But now we're looking at this long straight. We'll be following Couch Ferret closely. As they all get a little bit of slipstream. Meanwhile, though, McVision pulled away enough for them to actually not have it on him. Which helps him secure his position right now. And they're all on hard tires, so maybe could this be hard, medium, soft? Got lots of hard tires here, just looking at them very quickly. Got Frozeni on mediums. There are mediums. Hards on Angry. Hards on McVision. Jomelli, Penshu, Couch Ferret, Cyberpunk, Playpa, Henry Peterson, J-Benz, Jitterbite. And then only Whiplash, who rounds out the field, has mediums again. So lots and lots of hards here. Oh, Henry Peterson on the outside. J-Ben's looking for an overtake there. Let's go back to Jomelli and Co. Couch Ferret overtook Jomelli there. Now looking towards Penshu. Wants the position back, definitely. Get those three very closely. Penshu a little bit on the apex. But Penshu, is he in range? No, he's not in range for the slipstream on McVision, but Couch Ferret should be in the range of Penshu. Which he seems to barely not be. Well, now we're looking on the inside. Jomelli overtaking. Great move, but maybe Couch strikes back. Strikes back towards turn 2. He does it. Takes the position back. a little bit of back and forth right behind Penshu, who wants to hunt McVision, but McVision currently being very fast actually. Pulling away actually from Penshu. Which gives him a little bit of breathing room. So he can kind of secure his P4 for now. And Jomeli now fighting back against Couch. Taking back the position. Good move, good move. All clean, but that also gives Penshu more of an opportunity to pull away from those two. So since they're fighting hard, Penshu is the real winner here on this part. Couch Ferret also going by again. Jomeli, yes, Jomeli lets it happen. Cyberpunk now trying to get into the mix here. Meanwhile, Frozeni's gap in front is 3.6 seconds. Still pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. Which gives him almost 5 seconds towards Angry Sim Racer. Which doesn't mean too much right now. There's still pit stops to be done. Jomeli, meanwhile, going past Couch Ferret on the long straight. Towards turn 1. Meanwhile, we're looking at Penshu, who's closing up on McVision, who does a little bit of mistakes, a little bit of sliding here and there. Tires looking good still. But maybe this lap could be the opportunity for Penshu, who's really looking for it. Holy cow. But then he goes a little bit wide on the exit. Which gives McVision the opportunity, yes, to really pull away a little bit. Angry Sim Racer is actually closing in on Whisper, it seems. But not too close, the gap is still 0.9. Kinda hovers around there. Look towards Cyberpunk and Couch Ferret. I mean Jomeli and Couch Ferret also, since they are very close to each other here. It's still the back and forth here in the midfield. They're all totally not giving each other much room to work with. Now Couch Ferret looking for the overtake after the Hayden Senna Parabolica. Easily done. Slipstream. And you're good to go. It's basically DRS. But then again, Jomeli pushing back. No, he doesn't. He pulls out at the last second. Maybe noticing if they don't fight, they can catch Penshu maybe. Who seems to struggle a little bit. Especially since McVision now pulled ahead like 1.5 seconds almost. Jomeli kind of slightly dropped off here. Oh, a little bit of a slide here. Yeah, the tires are not getting better. But meanwhile, we have Angry Sim Racer going for Whisper here in the front. It's really going it, really pushing it. Bit rough move, in my opinion. Little bit of a push to pass. But I haven't seen all of it. So let's see how they handle it down this main straight now. Whisper coming back. Having the chance for Slipstream now. Gonna bump draft? No. Pulling ahead. Now Angry coming back for it, maybe. It's a fight for P2 right now. Especially with Whisper's tires now. Angry looking down the inside. Whisper's tires are dropping. And it's gonna be his last lap. He has to pit at the end of this lap. Angry not really giving... they're not giving each other too much room to work with, so this is invitable. Very aggressive on the attack and the defend. Both of them. Whisper going for the aggressive defense. Well, not really aggressive defense. He gave him the gap and Angry takes it. Now Whisper able to maybe strike back. He's looking for it, but he's just looking. Not much he can do on those tires right now, since they're on 34%, so which means he slides quite a bit. But there's also a slight touch again from both of them. Between the two of them, I mean. We're in the background, we got Cyberpunk, who's very close by. Couch Ferret. They fighting it off. We'll take a look after these two are done, which they will be, since Whisper will now be pitting. Meanwhile, we're looking at Cyberpunk, Leipa, and Couch Ferret going down the main straight. They're all on the hard, so they'll keep riding on. Now Cyberpunk going for the overtake here. Staying ahead, staying ahead. Yeah, and he's staying ahead. Very good move, easily done. Roseni also pitted, he is now in the back. Well, that's to be expected since he pitted, right? Since the mediums should come in right now. It's got a lot of clean air to work with. We'll see how this lap goes for the people who are, well, low on fuel. So, looking at lap 10, pit stops. If anything, we're looking at Couch Ferret here, who's still a bit close towards Cyberpunk. But he's also starting to slide around a little bit. But currently we're looking at a full pit lane after this one. At the end of this lap. Except for Whisper, Whiplash, Angry is now pitting here. Let's see who drives by and who isn't. Angry pitting. For Mets. McVision pitting for Mets. I think most of them might go for Mets. Here's Frozeni coming past. Still has the lead again. So McVision comes out with Mets. We got Mets. I see lots of Mets. Whisper goes past. Let's see how they come out of the pits, because there's still Whiplash approaching. McVision is in the clear. There's a 4-man fight going on right here. Ramelli, Couch Ferret, Andrew Peterson, and Leipa. An overtake by Leipa inside the pit exit. Whiplash coming by. He's well behind here. Well behind the field. And we take it back towards Couch Ferret and Leipa and Henry Peterson, who are now in a 4-drivers fight. Whiplash sadly with the 4-second gap behind. Not his moment right now. But we're looking towards Couch Ferret. Because he's approaching Dromelli. Looking towards turn 9, the gun show. Now 10, then followed by the quick 11 towards the S's, which is 12, and then the 8 and center Parabolica to start finish. Where the question is he in Slipstream Rage? Which he might not be right now, because he took the dirt on the outside, which gives Leipa an opportunity for an overtake on the outside. Which he does, but it should not help him in the long run, since now Couch Ferret is slipstreaming by a long shot. With this much to go on the straight, just gonna go back past again. Which he does. Not the best move done by Leipa, I think. Maybe could have waited a little bit. But then again, I guess you just use the speed if you have it. Slight touch between both of them. Leipa a bit too aggressive inside the corner. Which helps Andre to close the gap. Now he's in this fight as well. Looking at Leipa. Is he going down the inside? He's going down the inside in the Parabolica. Outbraking himself. And Couch Ferret says, thank you, I'll take that back. And now Henry Pedersen looking with an opportunity down the outside. Which he can't Well, which he can't pull off right now, I guess. But it's still tough to do it around the outside, especially on Aurelia, since it's still a very fast one. And since it's also followed by another right-hand turn, you might not get enough of an advantage to go past there. Then again, still Couch Ferret. But then, meanwhile, in the front, we got Cyberpunk Jomelli battling it out as well. Going towards turn 1. And Cyberpunk can pull ahead. Oh, outbreaks himself a little bit, and Jomelli just takes that one back immediately. Very well done. Nice fighting, nice fighting. The fight for P5. McVison starting to close the gap towards Whisper. Meanwhile, we got Frozini still on a 3.2 second lead. Angry Sim Racer has a lead on Whisper, which is 5.6 seconds already. McVison is closing in on Whisper. Which could lead to another fight at the top. Which might change up the top 3 a little bit. Meanwhile, in the back, it's looking kind of peaceful right now. Looking at the laps very quickly. Looking at 127, 128, so I wasn't too far off in terms of average lap times. Set 128s. And maybe 130s, but I guess we're a little bit faster, so 128s it is. But it's between 128 and 130, I guess, yeah, in total. All in all, we still got Frozini with the fastest lap time, which is a 127.3. Which really doesn't change much in this race. In terms of points or anything. It's just a fun XMas Cup. But even though it's a fun cup, it's a very real race. We're looking for Andre Peterson going down the inside a bit too ambitious. With the contact between Lepa and Andre. Giving Couch Ferret another chance to come back. Now he's looking to take the position away. They both got Slipstream, and he pulling out of the Slipstream, not helping him in this case. Couch Ferret really trying to force the mistake. But now Andre on the inside again. Helping him to defend. He slides a little bit. Still very tight together. Both a little bit slidey. Us being at the end of the first half of the race. Couch Ferret going down the outside because Andre Peterson did a big mistake at the end of turn 12, which will not help him, especially not against Penshu, who's now closing in fast with that Slipstream. It's definitely going to have this overtake. If not, he's gonna have it done in turn 1. And there he goes. He took the opportunity immediately. Now looking at Jomelli and Cyberpunk, who are now fighting for P5. Going down the VIP corner to the middle of sector 2, the long straight. Jomelli looking down the inside. Taking it. Yes. Clean move. But now with the Slippy Stream. Slippy Stream by Cyberpunk. Now on the inside. Tries to keep it that way, but he's sliding all around. Which doesn't help his move at all. Which gives the position to Jomelli now. For now, that is. Because we're still looking at the Aiden Senna Parabolica. Meanwhile, in the background, there's Penshu, Couch Ferret, and Andre Peterson still. Those three are still tightly knit together. Maybe Andre looking for the move at the after the Parabolica, but we'll see. They both have Slipstream mount, Couch Ferret. Oh, Andre with an ambitious move. Meanwhile, Penchu still in a slipstream. Now, with them moving over, we have a tight 3 wide into turn 1. That's not gonna end well, especially not for Couch Ferret, sadly. Very ambitious what we're seeing here. But that's exactly what we're here for. Great move by Penchu. Sadly, a slight touch between Couch Ferret and Henry Peterson, but I guess not much really Couch Ferret could have anticipated there, because going free right into turn 1 is not something to really expect here. Now Cyberpunk Jomelli fighting it towards the interior Parabolica. Cyber very aggressively taking the position. Well done by both of them for not colliding, especially on that part. Now Cyber still a little bit sliding, but Jomelli going wide. Gives Cyber the opportunity to slightly pull away, but he kind of takes the corner wise. Also the people in the back also taking a little bit wide. Andre Peterson with an ambitious move goes wide. Luckily he didn't collect Couch Ferret there, who's now past Andre Peterson. And he's now looking at Penchu once again. Meanwhile in the front we got Jomelli, who's looking to overtake Cyberpunk. He should have done this one easily, especially with this long of a slipstream. Cyberpunk maybe coming back. No, he just lets it happen. But Andre Peterson going by Couch Ferret towards turn 1. Where did Penchu go? Oh, Penchu's in the pits for Hearts. Okay, lap 17. That checks out. He's going to go until the end. Rosani looking towards the pit stop, as is Angry Sim Racer. But they're looking towards the pit stop at the end of the next lap, not this one. Cyberpunk is really sliding around here. No, his tires should be fine. They're still on 50%. Just maybe a bit too aggressive on the throttle or the brakes. Who knows? Penchu now on hards. Yeah, he's going to finish the race that way. Gap is kinda shrinking towards Rosani. He's now only 2.8 ahead. This could get close again towards the end. Meanwhile, McVision looking for a move towards turn 1. Gets it done. Very ambitious to already pull across there, since he was... Whisper was still very close. Opportunistic move. Great. Well, this is not a great move, as I was going to say, but we're looking at a pit stop at the end of this lap by both of them. If they can stay peaceful until that time, we're good. Couch Ferret now dropping a little bit behind Andre. Meanwhile, Jabin's catching them. We're looking maybe at a fight for P9 that is here. Maybe P8, depending on what happens. McVision and Vispa are really fighting it out. Just giving Angry and Frozani as much time as they need to really pull away. Now McVision looking down inside. Whisper, give the room a little bit. Let it. He had a mistake there and just pulled across. Which is tough. Almost impossible for McVision to react there accordingly. And now they're both looking for the pit stop. Who's faster? Even Laper and Cyberpunk coming across. They're both still side by side, even in the pits. Who comes in? Who goes past? McVision going for mediums. Whisper going for mediums. They're gonna come out side by side here, almost. McVision with the faster pit stop. Gaining the position inside the pits. Haven't seen that in a while, the position change inside the pit, because McVision had more fuel left. I think he saved a little bit, so he has a shorter pit stop. And thus overtaking Whisper inside the pit lane. Which helps him quite a bit. Meanwhile, Angry and Frozani also, they're pitted, they're on their last tires, which are mediums both. So it's gonna come down to skill. Definitely gonna come down to skill, as I think they're both kind of wearing the same strat. Frozani had more medium tires, I guess. In total, I think. He just did mediums. Angry doing one hard stint at the beginning. Meanwhile, got McVision pulling away from Whisper. Trying to secure position 3. We're looking at the fight for the podium right now. Meanwhile, in the back, we're looking at a little bit of slidey action. J-Benz and Couch Ferret. Most people are on Mads Pencho being on hards because he's doing a longer stint there. Doesn't seem to play out for him very well, as he dropped all the way down to P11 again. Now he's looking down the main straight. Let me just check if there's anything going on. No, it's mainly here at Pencho's side. Who wants to fight his way back up in this last stint, the last 7 laps to go. Let's keep in mind we also have to do lap 26, so it's technically 27. Meanwhile, Couch Ferret slides a bit, which gives the opportunity for Pencho and from where are we? J-Benz to get past. Meanwhile, Pencho also pushed J-Benz a little bit. Now J-Benz going past again because of Slipstream. Couch Ferret looking down the outside, making it stick. No touching there. Very well done by both of them. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. The very, 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 very tight race. Very nice race. I didn't promise, you know, I promised enough, I think. This is a very tight and intense race. And as you can see, a lot of fighting. Meanwhile, Pencho and Couch Ferret go side by side towards turn 12. Towards the 8 and standard Parabolica. Meanwhile, Jitterbite seeing this happening. Maybe looking on an overtake for both of them. It's going all the way to the right and now heading 3 wide into turn 1. Which we know can only end good. Oh, Jitterbite very tight on the apex. Pushes Pencho wide. Now Couch Ferret on the inside. All have to keep in mind where they are. Now Pencho also on the inside. Couch Ferret goes past Jitterbite. But Couch Ferret is sliding a little bit. Pencho on the outside of Jitterbite. Cuts back in, slide touch. Which makes Pencho slide off a little bit and now losing out some important tenths of a second. All this fighting all the way down to P10, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking now towards Lepa and Cyberpunk because they're now getting it on. We're looking at the fight for P6 here. McVision still pulling away from Whisper. Now 2.7 seconds of a lead there. Which keeps securing him the 3rd position. And Angry Sim Racer are 3.4 seconds gap towards Frozani. So Frozani pulled away a little bit. Giving him a little bit of breathing room here. Is Lepa in the slipstream? He should be, right? He's barely inside of it. Can't take advantage of it now. Maybe later. No, Pencho, Jitterbite and Couch Ferret are at peace as for now. As they also kinda slightly gapped right now. Pencho now being a whole 1.4 second behind Jitterbite. Remembers it. McVision said yesterday that he isn't sure if he's will even be good enough for Division 1, yeah. Classic McVision. Oh no, I'm not good enough. Gets top 3. He's underestimating himself quite a lot. It's him. But also, so to say, like, I think he got a little bit lucky because he wasn't involved in too many fights, I think. Baking little Brötchen, exactly. So we're now looking still at Couch Ferret and Jitterbite, but in the front there is something big happening here with Andre Pedersen. Now getting the slipstream on Leper. Looking down the inside for turn 1. Will he get past? He will get past early enough. So keep the move going and keep the pressure on Cyberpunk now. As Cyberpunk seems to struggle a little bit up front, but then again, Andre is still under pressure by Leper in the back. Leper really looking also for the move. There is really now no room for peace anymore. As we're looking down the last 4 laps of the race. Jomelli actually catching up to Whisper here. Whisper really dropping off, it seems. Or Jomelli just catching up. Going great pace here. This could lead to a move after the Aiden Senna Parabolica, if I say so myself. We have tight fighting in the back, while Andre Pedersen and Leper are fighting it out, while Cyberpunk is cruising. Also a little bit sliding. But in the front, Jomelli looking for it. He's closing in on Whisper. Definitely closing in. Both on mats, both on the same tires. Is he gonna go down here inside on turn 1? He is going for it. Goes a little bit wide, gets a slight tap on the ass. But Whisper takes back position 4, sorry, for now. Which actually helps McVision to secure his P3 right now. Leper and Andre are still fighting it out. Andre on the inside should have the move done here. He does. Goes past Leper, now looking for Cyberpunk. He's pushing the limits of the tires as much as he can, which should help him here now. Cyberpunk goes a little bit off left and right trying to break the toe, but Henry having none of it. Going down the inside for the Parabolica interior. Great overtake there. Slight touch between Leper and Cyberpunk. Now they're going 3 right, 3 wide into turn 7. Almost 3 wide. But Henry still is the winner of the 3 right now. Now, oh, that's an ambitious move. 2 cars behind Leper. He gives back the positions immediately though. That is good sportsmanship right there. It was a very ambitious move, going past trying to go past Cyberpunk and Andre in one go there. While they were both behind each other. Now Jomelli pulling away a little bit of weaving. He does go back to the left. Very defensive, very aggressive on the defense. But he's still past Whisper for now. Looking at 2 more laps. It's getting tight towards the end. There's still a lot of fighting going on here. Looking at Frozeni taking his turns here and Angry Sim Racer right behind there. I think it's pretty safe to say who's gonna be first and second. Doesn't seem there's much movement going on here at the front since Frozeni still got his 3.6 seconds lead. Well, we'll see, we'll see. It's the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading into the final lap now. There we go, thank you. My Whisper and Jomelli still fighting it for P4. While Cyberpunk, Andre Pedersen and Leper are fighting it for P6. So much to see. Whisper goes down the outside of Jomelli. Tries to break the toe. Be careful, not too many moves. We don't want to see too much weaving here. Romelli goes past again, though. Keeping the 4th position. Now they're going... Oh my god, this can't end well. They're going free right into turn 1. They're all sliding across, and Cyberpunk is the lucky winner because Leipa and Henry take each other out there. And there's Jabin suddenly. Jabin saying hello there. Did you have a position open here? So now they switched out Cyberpunk for Jabins. So now this is a fight for P7 as of now. Jabin getting tapped and tapped over again by Leipa behind him. So only slight mistakes. After such a long race, I guess the focus is kind of at the end, at wit's end. Now Leipa looking down the inside. Good move. Sliding, sliding, sliding. Making it stick. While Jabins now looks down the inside once again. I know Frozeni just won. Congrats to Frozeni, but there's so much going on. I kind of have to follow this. It's also, where's Whisper? Oh, Henry sliding quite a bit. Cyberpunk seems to be kind of safe. Jabins gets slightly touched by Leipa, who gives back the position immediately. Then we still got Whisper going for it at Jomelli here towards the end, but they're far enough apart. So Jomelli takes 4th. The podium is Frozeni, Angry, and McVison. Jabins now. Can Leipa take it back? Very close, and Leipa takes it at the end. Finishing barely ahead of Jabins. Couch Ferret, Penshu, Jitterbite, and Whiplash rounds out the field, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. This was a race. This was really a race. Holy S. Wow. Congrats to Frozeni winning the race. Nicely done. Good strat. I mean, it seemed like you had so much clean air up front, so GG's to that. I guess the only difference between Frozeni and Angry were the tires, because Angry started on the hards, I think. So maybe there would have been, maybe those 4 seconds are exactly those tires, maybe, who knows. And then we got McVison on 3, actually. As he said, oh, I'm not sure if I'm good enough for Division 1, and gets top 3, you know. So GG's to all of them. And yeah. Holy moly. Great race. So getting down the results, we have Frozeni winning the race. Congrats to that. Angry Sim Racer getting 2nd, also congrats to that. Very nice showing. McVison getting 3rd, also very nice showing. Followed by then the midfield, Jomelli, Whisper, Cyberpunk, Andrew Peterson, and Leipa, as well as Jabins on 9s, Couch Ferret on 10s, Pension on 11s, Jitterbite, and then Whiplash on 13s. To round up the field. Great showing. So much fighting going on. Impressive. Great race. Great race. Great game. There's not much to say for, well, for Turbo Sliders, so to say, no? Awesome how this game just can provide this. All of it. Great, 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 great showing. I think I never had such an exciting fight in an online race. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, it was impressive. Like, you guys going free right, wide sometimes, and really pulling ahead. Holy moly. I saw all of it. Most of it. I think I saw almost all of the fighting, except some change in... somewhere where it changed between P3 or so. Yeah, you guys really, like, gave yourself a back and forth there. Like, a little bit of mistake here, mistake there. One did the mistake, overtook the other then, and then the other did a mistake, but it's fine, it's fine. Comes with hard racing. Especially to be expecting that after such a long race, like, you get just a little bit maybe more stressed out, maybe not make the best decision, but great racing. 2 laps left on the 2nd division. Can I join that? Can't watch that, right? Oh, it does load in. Oh, never done this before, so let's see if we can take a look at the last couple laps for Division 2. Oh yeah, we're right here. Nice. Let's go. What are we looking at? Still, all the game kind of sorts itself out for the last couple laps, but we're looking at Oompa in the lead. For the 2nd lobby here. Well, there's not much fighting going on here, let's just say that right now. It was super tight in lobby 1. Darek pulled over, Grongos pulled over. But we still give these the 2nd division also a little bit of a rundown in the end. Whew. Giving Loompa, giving Loompa, Oompa Loompa, there we go. Giving Oompa the honor of the last lap here. Bring it home, buddy. Oh, Starek, oh. Whoops. Yeah, maybe that's something you should have practiced beforehand, or maybe like take a look into knowing how to change tires is kind of... I mean, it wasn't necessarily needed, since you could just do mats all the way. All about the mats, baby. Oh, and I'm pretty much done also, so don't expect too much right now. And, well, Delph is only 1.2 seconds behind Oompa, but it seems like that is not gonna be an issue, right? Really putting the pressure as Oompa is sliding, but as well as Stealth is looking for it. He might not... Oh, it's looking very close towards the last lap here. Big mistake by Oompa there. Maybe Stealth with an opportunity. Oompa still sliding around. No, Stealth with the slipstream towards the start-finish line. Is he able to overtake? And yes, he is. The last second lead change. What an ending. Exactly. Holy moly. I didn't expect that at all. But as well, I can be wrong, of course. But now they're pretty much very well gapped. I think there's nothing happening here between Paladin. Oh, maybe Paladin. Does he have enough fuel here? 1% fuel. Right at 0 at the start-finish line. Just barely enough. And with this, just have Marcel going over the start-finish. Followed by Super Riley, and then as well... Well, Barry is here. He's up... He's in front of Super Riley. In terms of the track position right now there. It's gonna take the checkered flag, and then we still have Super Riley going across, which rounds out the 2nd lobby. We got to see one last overtake at the last second between the top 2. So congrats to Stealth taking the 2nd lobby victory. Very nice to see that there was also some action here. Probably a lot more action, maybe, I don't know. Just kidding, but it was very close in total. And I'm done for tonight. But I will do the standings. So we got Stealth in the top, followed by Oompa, then Georgie Peachy, T-Panda, Para 230, Paladin, Silverwolf, Marcel, P, Super Riley, Barry, Starek, and Grongos. Which rounds out the second lobby of the XMas Cup. It's definitely recommended. There's so much going on. And I hope you guys enjoyed my my camera work as much as I enjoyed watching the race. And, whew, I'm done. My voice is dead. Hello, Steiny. Hope you're doing good. I'm finishing off right now. So if anyone who just joined, I recommend you guys check out the VOD afterwards. And just, yeah, watch the whole race as a total, because it was very, very interesting and amazing to watch. Amazing watch. Great game, great racing. Very intense. And that said, thank you guys for the support tonight. It was a pleasure after all. It was my pleasure to cast this race again. I hope to do more casting again as soon as possible. And if anything, if we don't hear from another, I guess it's just fair to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and also like Happy New Year, I think, soon. Soon to be Happy New Year. Yeah, and thanks to the organizers as well. You're welcome, Leipa. My pleasure. Have a good night, everyone.